NAPLAN testing seems to be an event or subject that worries parents and students every year. There is loads of information available on the NAPLAN website, and a key piece of information that is noted is the direct link between NAPLAN and the Australian curriculum. Essentially, NAPLAN is a test needed to provide data to the government, schools and parents. The Australian curriculum is nationally recognised and sets the expectations for what students learn in schools. It is also the independent authority responsible for the management of NAPLAN. This ensures that NAPLAN testing is directly aligned with the outcomes and what students learn in Australian schools. NAPLAN links to school requirements by ensuring teacher accountability and monitoring student progress. Through ongoing assessment and scaffolding of learning, students are prepared for their NAPLAN testing. In the language strand, students learn that texts serve different purposes and how language choices change depending on their purpose. Understanding that texts serve different purposes is important for helping students identify the type of text they are reading or writing and how language influences this purpose. Students are taught about text types, how to identify the topic of text, text context, and language features. These skills are essential for creating and writing their own persuasive pieces. In this example test, it highlights how students need to identify language features to determine the text purpose. The example test does not directly state the text type. However, bolded text and language choices suggest it's persuasive. In the literacy strand, students learn that text can have literal and inferred meaning and also develop skills to understand text. Students are taught how to make connections, use prior knowledge, ask questions, and summarize text in order to understand them. Understanding the text is important for identifying text genre and purpose. In this example test, it demonstrates how students need to understand and infer information about the gunner's job. The example test does not directly state this role in the gunner's job. Instead, students have to infer and correctly interpret the role. In the literacy strand, students learn how to use reading processes, which involves combining strategies to decode their text. Students are taught how to combine their contextual, semantic, grammatical, and phonological knowledge and use text processing skills. Text processing skills include rereading, cross-checking, and reviewing. These are important in both reading and writing persuasive texts. In this example test, it highlights how students need to use text processing skills such as rereading and reviewing information to determine an answer. This piece does not give the direct information on why it is a perfect job, but instead needs students to read, cross-check, and review possible answers. Moss 2014 emphasises that the English learning area in the Australian curriculum is always building on skills and uses continuity of learning approach. From years 3 to 5, students build on their knowledge in understanding text purposes, comprehension skills, and reading processes. The scope and sequence for English demonstrates how the curriculum builds on knowledge every year and increases complexity of skills. Assessment is a key component of teaching and learning cycle and helps students progress in their learning. Without assessment, a teacher cannot understand where students are at, areas they need work on, or how they can progress. In years 3, 4, and 5, assessment of reading and writing should provide the information needed to inform planning and differentiate tasks. This ensures that all students can meet outcomes needed for persuasive writing and other areas of English. In the middle to upper primary year levels, a variety of formative and summative assessments are required so the teacher can make informed judgments and plan effectively. Without assessment, we're essentially teaching with no purpose. A comprehension profile is used to measure students' comprehension actions during reading. This resource is designed to indicate where students need further assistance in their reading. This form of assessment is specifically designed for students based on their knowledge they should have already acquired for their age. Comprehension profiles will indicate strengths and weaknesses in reading and writing comprehension. This assessment benefits learning as it shows a clear picture of the use of comprehension skills and strategies in practice. A limitation of this assessment is it focuses mainly on comprehension and doesn't assess other foundation reading skills such as word reading and phonological knowledge. In a literacy unit, students partake in many opportunities for reading and writing text. Collecting writing samples is an effortless but effective form of assessment of writing. The inclusion of student criteria ensures students understand what teacher will be assessing and help them identify good writing traits. Writing samples ensure assessment is based on students' original pieces while also meaning students don't have the pressure of testing conditions. A benefit of writing sample is their ability to prepare students for NAPLAN and opportunity to practice writing. Writing samples are to be marked against the Australian curriculum writing samples so that a teacher can make informed judgments about their writing skills and level. A limitation of this assessment could be its inability to meet fair assessing guidelines. Worked or writing samples are marked based on teacher opinion, which could therefore result in differentiated and unfair marking. Writing samples should always be cross-checked and marked against curriculum objectives. Through group literacy stations, students are provided with opportunity to further extend their social interaction skills. Listening to and using oral language is the foundation of reading and writing. Literacy stations allow an opportunity for meaningful speaking and listening. Conducting an interaction skills checklist for assessment should be done in a natural environment rather than special presentations where students can become nervous, therefore altering results. The interaction skills checklist benefits learning by identifying aspects of speaking and listening students need to work on. A limitation of this assessment is it provides information based on one group experience. Assessment of speaking and listening should be done regularly in different contexts such as whole class discussions, peer groups, and pairs. Teacher, student, parent interviews or three-way reporting is a reporting strategy that has been used to involve students in their learning for many years. Feedback is important for student learning. This reporting strategy allows a student to demonstrate their knowledge and have input. It also allows a parent to ask questions, see progress in literacy, and negotiate ways of support. Another key benefit is the opportunity for participants to provide feedback, which promotes ownership of learning, positive parent-teacher relationships, and extends support. This approach has been noted for its benefits to all participants. Although there are many benefits of this reporting approach, sometimes information in these interviews can become irrelevant to learning. Ensuring all participants stay focused on learning intentions will be essential for the reporting process. So what does this mean? NAPLAN is a standardized test that provides data for many reports. Two key reasons NAPLAN positively influences individual learning is because it monitors school and teacher accountability and the progress of students. Assessment is crucial for identifying students' progress and learning needs. Teachers conduct regular and ongoing assessments to ensure students are meeting the curriculum objectives that link with NAPLAN. The English learning area follows a continuity of learning approach, which means students are always scaffolding previous knowledge. A balanced literacy program means students are given many opportunities to develop skills and knowledge required for NAPLAN testing.